Have you ever wondered why, no matter what time you go to bed, you still end up waking at 1 a.m., then again at 3, and maybe once more before sunrise? Maybe you blamed it on aging or just a small bladder. Maybe you thought it was normal. But what if I told you that the reason you're waking up 3 times a night could be something as small, as innocent, as the slice of fruit you had after dinner? I know, it sounds ridiculous, right? But stay with me, because what I'm about to share has quietly changed the nights of thousands of seniors across the world. You see, in the warm evening light, you peel an orange or sip a fresh glass of sweet lime juice, thinking you're doing your body a favor. But as your head hits the pillow, your bladder has other plans. It taps your brain at 1 a.m. It nudges you at 3. And it never lets you fall into that deep, healing sleep your body desperately needs. You think you're just aging, but the truth? Your bladder is reacting to what you ate, and not just what, but when you ate it. Here's the shocking part. Even healthy fruits, yes, the ones you've been told are light, refreshing, and perfect for digestion, can actually irritate your bladder, disturb your sleep, and send false signals to your brain all night long. It's not your body that's broken, it's just misunderstood. And once you understand the real reason behind your nighttime wake-ups, you'll realize that peaceful, uninterrupted sleep isn't a dream, it's a choice. So if you've ever tossed and turned or dragged yourself through the day feeling foggy and frustrated, this video is your quiet turning point. Because sometimes the answer isn't in a pill, a mattress, or a meditation app. It's hiding in your fruit bowl. And if you've ever felt like your nights are slipping away without rest, then this video was made for you. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to hear something simple from you. Just drop a comment below. What time do you usually eat your last piece of fruit each day? It may seem like a small detail, but it could hold the key to your next full night's sleep. And if you find this kind of calm, caring health advice helpful, go ahead and click like. It helps more people like you find this video. And subscribe to the channel for gentle insights that truly support your health, one peaceful habit at a time. Now let's explore the 5 fruits that could be your best nighttime allies, and 5 you may want to quietly say goodbye to after sunset. Because this next part might just change the way you sleep forever. 1. The silent epidemic after 60. Why you wake up to pee so often. You lie down after a long day, hoping for rest. But not long after, your eyes open again. It's 1:17 a.m. You head to the bathroom, you come back, toss, turn, maybe drift off. And then it's 3:41 a.m. Again, the urge, the same quiet routine. Does this feel familiar? If you're over 60, chances are this isn't just a random problem. It's a silent epidemic affecting millions of seniors every single night, but no one really talks about it because we assume it's just part of getting old. But here's the thing. It's not just age. It's your body's way of adjusting and asking for support. You see, as we grow older, our kidneys start to shift gears. They still work, but their rhythm slows down, especially at night. They produce more urine when the body should be sleeping. And while this is happening, something else changes too. Your bladder becomes more sensitive. In your younger years, your bladder had patience. It waited until it was full, like a quiet guest that didn't want to interrupt. But after 60, it becomes like a nervous neighbor knocking on your door over the smallest thing. Even half a glass of urine, 120 or 150 milliliters, can now trigger that urgent signal to your brain. Wake up, it's time. And this doesn't just happen when the bladder is full. It happens when it's slightly uncomfortable. Why? Because the nerves surrounding the bladder, they've aged too. They become jumpy, misinterpreting even gentle pressure as an emergency. It's like a smoke detector going off because you made toast. Let me tell you about a man named Raj, a retired railway engineer in his early 70s. Every night, without fail, he'd wake up 3 to 4 times, always with the same urgency. His doctor ruled out infection. His prostate was fine. He thought, maybe this is just my new normal. Until one day, a friend suggested looking not just at how much he was drinking, but what he was eating in the evening. That tiny shift in focus changed everything. Because here's a little-known truth. What you eat, especially after sunset, directly affects how your bladder behaves. Not just spicy food or caffeine, but even something as harmless as the fruit you thought was helping you sleep. And that brings us to a turning point. Because once you understand why your bladder acts up at night, the next question is, what can you do about it? As it turns out, there are 5 fruits, calming, gentle, and bladder-friendly, that could quietly help you sleep through the night again. Let's explore them one by one in the next section, because your body may be aging, but your sleep doesn't have to suffer because of it. 2. The 5 fruits that calm your bladder and restore your sleep. Sometimes healing doesn't begin with a pill. It begins with a simple piece of fruit, chosen at the right time. You see, not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to your bladder. Some are acidic, stimulating, or just too watery for your body's nighttime rhythm. But others, they work in harmony with your aging body, calming, cooling, and quietly supporting a restful night. Let me walk you through 5 fruits that have been helping seniors sleep through the night naturally, gently, and without side effects. First, the humble banana. It's been a part of dinner tables for generations. In many Indian households, elders used to say, "Eat a banana in the evening. It keeps the stomach cool." Turns out they were right. Bananas are naturally low in acid, which means they don't irritate the bladder. But more than that, they're rich in potassium, around 400 milligrams per medium fruit. Potassium relaxes the smooth muscles of the bladder. So instead of sending urgent signals to the brain when it's only half full, your bladder stays calm and patient. For someone struggling with mild nighttime urgency, a ripe, not overripe banana around 6 or 7 p.m. at room temperature can feel like a warm exhale to the body. Second, papaya, the unsung hero of digestion. Many see it as just a constipation fruit, but papaya carries an enzyme called papain, which helps break down proteins gently, lightening your digestive load. Why does that matter? Because when your stomach and intestines are calm, they don't press or crowd the bladder below. The result? Less irritation, fewer trips to the bathroom. I remember a retired teacher in Pune, Mr. Sharma. He used to eat heavy meals at night with mango pickle. But when he swapped his late-night dinner for a lighter bowl and added a slice of ripe papaya, he slept through the night for the first time in months. And the bonus? Papaya alkalizes the body, reducing acidic urine that often irritates the bladder. Third, the often overlooked pear. Soft, gentle, naturally sweet, and low in acid. But pears also contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that draws water into the intestines, making bowel movements smoother. Now here's the link. Many seniors who feel the urge to pee often are actually feeling pressure from a bloated intestine. In Indian villages, there's a saying, "When the stomach is happy, the bladder stays quiet." A pear in the late afternoon, not peeled completely and chewed slowly, can reduce bloating, ease digestion, and give your bladder some much-needed breathing room. Fourth, watermelon. Yes, even though it's full of water. This might surprise you. Watermelon is usually seen as a fruit that makes you pee more, and that's true if you eat it late at night. But when eaten early in the day, watermelon becomes an ally. It's packed with lycopene, a bright red antioxidant that supports prostate health in men and reduces bladder wall inflammation. For elders, especially men dealing with mild prostate swelling, this fruit can be a quiet relief. The key is to enjoy it before 2 p.m., plain and at room temperature. A small bowl, about 150 to 200 grams, is enough. Don't mix it with dairy or other fruits. Let it work alone and gently. Finally, guava, the backyard powerhouse. Guava is rich in vitamin C, but contains far less citric acid than oranges or lemons. That means it's easier on the bladder, especially in older adults. It also has mild anti-inflammatory properties that support the urinary tract. One retired woman in Kerala told me she started eating a medium guava every afternoon at 4 p.m., peeled, without salt or masala. Within a week, her nighttime awakenings dropped to just once, and then some nights not at all. It wasn't magic. It was timing, simplicity, and awareness. So there you have it: banana, papaya, pear, watermelon, and guava. Each one helping in its own quiet way, from relaxing bladder muscles to reducing pressure to calming acid levels in your system. None of them work by force. They work through nature's design, gently, patiently, like a wise friend who knows what your body truly needs. And sometimes the first step to deeper sleep isn't turning off your phone or dimming the lights. It's rethinking the fruit on your plate. But while some fruits calm the bladder, others quietly agitate it. They may seem harmless, but they're sneaky. Let's take a closer look at the 5 fruits you might want to avoid, especially after sunset, because that's where many sleepless nights actually begin. 5 seemingly healthy fruits that sabotage your sleep after sunset. It's easy to assume that if something is healthy, it's healthy all the time, especially with fruit. It's natural, light, full of vitamins. What could possibly go wrong? But the truth is, even the healthiest fruits can become sleep disruptors when eaten at the wrong time. After sunset, your body begins to wind down. Digestion slows, your bladder becomes more sensitive, and your nervous system shifts into rest mode. But if you introduce the wrong kind of fruit, you unknowingly wake those systems back up. Let's take a closer look at 5 fruits that might be sabotaging your sleep, not because they're bad, but because they're mistimed. First up, orange and sweet lime. Refreshing, loaded with vitamin C, and a beloved choice after dinner, especially in summer. But here's the issue. Citrus fruits like these are rich in citric acid. This acid lowers the pH of your urine, making it more acidic. And for an aging bladder, that acidity feels like a burn, a trigger, even when there's not much urine inside. Mr. Iyer from Hyderabad shared his experience with me. Every evening at 8 p.m., he'd enjoy a tall glass of orange juice after his walk, thinking it was a clean way to end the day. But his nights were restless, waking up 3, sometimes 4 times. When he simply moved that same juice to lunchtime, nothing else changed. He slept 6 hours straight. Sometimes it's not what you eat, but when. Second, pineapple, the tropical favorite. Juicy, vibrant, sweet, and full of bromelain, a natural enzyme that helps with digestion. Sounds good, right? Except, bromelain also stimulates intestinal activity. That might be helpful in the morning, but at night it can activate movement in your gut. And the gut, when stimulated while you're lying down, can press gently but constantly on the bladder. An elderly woman in Chennai once told me she ate pineapple slices after dinner to help with constipation. Her bowels improved, but her sleep, that got worse. She'd wake up around midnight, not from a full bladder, but from the sensation of pressure, as if something inside was pushing outward. Your bladder may not be full, but when it's being squeezed, even lightly, it still sends the same signal: wake up. Third, grapes. Yes, even the seedless kind. Small, sweet, easy to snack on.
But grapes contain natural sugars that begin to ferment if eaten late, especially on a full stomach. This fermentation can cause bloating and mild gas, both of which create pressure in the lower abdomen. And as we know, pressure equals more frequent urination. A retired school teacher from Lucknow shared how she loved chilled black grapes in the evening. But she often felt restless at night, full, heavy, and needing to pee, even though her intake wasn't large. When she peeled her grapes, ate fewer, and moved them to early afternoon, the bloating eased, and so did the bladder pressure. Fourth, mixed citrus juices. These are often marketed as clean, refreshing, or immune-boosting. But blending fruits like orange, lemon, kiwi, and even pineapple into a concentrated evening drink delivers a punch of acidity, fast and direct. Unlike solid fruit, juices don't have fiber to slow down absorption. They hit your system fast, flooding the bladder with acidic fluid. For aging adults, this can create a cycle: acidic urine, bladder irritation, false urge, and wake-up call. And many seniors don't even realize it's the juice. They think, I'm eating healthy. Why am I waking up so much? Because health isn't just what you consume. It's how and when you consume it. And finally, raw tomatoes. Technically a fruit, often used as a vegetable. But when eaten raw, in salads or slices at night, tomatoes introduce oxalic acid into the bladder system. Oxalic acid can contribute to the formation of tiny crystals in the urine that irritate the bladder lining, especially if your urinary tract is already sensitive. A couple in Ahmedabad used to eat tomato-onion salad with every dinner. They thought it was light and fresh, but after swapping the tomatoes for lightly steamed carrots and cucumbers, their nights became quieter. No medication, just awareness. So there they are. 5 fruits that, while healthy, may be quietly interfering with your rest. Orange and sweet lime, pineapple, grapes, citrus juice blends, and raw tomatoes. Each one can offer value, just not after sunset. And that leads us to something deeper, because this isn't just about fruit, it's about timing. You see, your body follows rhythms, and your sleep, your bladder, your digestion, they all speak the same language: when. In the next section, we'll explore why the clock matters more than the content, and how one simple shift in timing could be the missing link between frustration and peace. Sometimes we focus so much on what we eat that we forget to ask when we're eating it. But the truth is, your body isn't just a machine that runs the same way all day. It follows rhythms, patterns, gentle cycles of rest and action. Especially after the age of 60, those cycles become more sensitive. Your digestion slows down, your bladder becomes more reactive, and the same fruit that nourished you at 10 a.m. can keep you awake at 2 a.m. if you eat it too late. This is the real secret. Timing often matters more than the food itself. Let's break it down. In Ayurveda, the ancient science of life, there's a concept called Agni. Agni means digestive fire, and it's believed to be strongest around midday and weakest after sunset. Modern science supports this too. Your metabolism, stomach acid production, and kidney filtration rates all dip in the evening. That means your body becomes slower at breaking things down, absorbing nutrients, and clearing waste. So when you eat fruit, especially juicy or acidic fruit, late in the day, you're sending your system a challenge at a time it's not prepared to handle it. Let me give you an example. Mrs. Patel, a retired librarian from New Jersey, used to eat a big bowl of fruit salad every evening around 8:30. It felt light, healthy, and sweet, her guilt-free treat. But every night, she'd wake up twice, sometimes 3 times, bloated, uncomfortable, and always needing the bathroom. Her doctor found nothing wrong. Her blood tests were fine. Then one day, during a wellness class, someone suggested shifting her fruit habit to the early afternoon. Just that one change, nothing drastic, and within a week, her nights became quiet again. The fruit wasn't the problem. The timing was. So here's a simple guide. Oranges, watermelon, citrus juices should be eaten before 2 p.m. That gives your body time to process the fluid and reset before nightfall. Calming fruits like bananas, papaya, and pears can be eaten later, but ideally 2 hours before bedtime and never with dinner. Let your main meal digest first. Then, if needed, enjoy the fruit on its own. And avoid mixing fruits with dairy like curd or milk after dark. Fermentation can occur in the gut overnight, leading to gas, heaviness, and bladder pressure. You see, your body at this age isn't asking for more. It's asking for better. Better rhythm, better awareness. Not more nutrients, just a better conversation with what and when you feed it. It's like giving your body a quiet lullaby instead of a late-night drumbeat. And now that we've uncovered this deeper truth about timing, let's go one step further. Because if your bladder has been waking you up, maybe it's been trying to tell you something. In the next part, we'll explore the hidden messages your body sends through nighttime urgency and how listening to them can transform your sleep, your energy, and your peace of mind.
If your bladder could speak, it wouldn't wait until 2 a.m. to get your attention. It would whisper at 7 p.m., "Please, no orange juice tonight." Or gently remind you, "That pineapple might feel light now, but I'll be knocking on your door in a few hours." But because your bladder can't talk, it uses signals: pressure, urgency, discomfort, sometimes when there's barely any urine at all. And yet, we often ignore those whispers. We blame aging, or stress, or just one of those nights. But the truth is, your bladder is sending messages, not to annoy you, but to protect you. Let's take a step back and really ask, what is your body trying to say when it wakes you up at night? The first message is this: something I ate or drank didn't sit right. Whether it's acidic urine from a citrus fruit or gentle bloating from fruit sugar fermentation, your body is simply reacting, not overreacting, just responding the only way it knows how. And often, these are false alarms. Your bladder isn't actually full. It just feels uncomfortable. That small discomfort gets picked up by overly sensitive nerves, and your brain responds with, "Let's wake up, just in case." But imagine how many hours of deep sleep we're losing to these just-in-case signals. There's another message, too, one that's not about food at all. I need more rest, more calm, less noise. You see, when we don't sleep deeply, when we're already anxious, tense, overstimulated, our bodies stay in a half-alert mode, and even the smallest bladder signal gets amplified. It's like when you're nervous before a big trip and wake up every hour checking the clock. Your body's on guard, not truly resting. For many seniors, especially those living alone or managing stress, this is more common than you think. That's why it's not always about water intake. It's also about emotional readiness for sleep. A calm evening routine, a quiet meal, a little walk after dinner, a break from screens. Let me tell you about Meena ji, a retired teacher from Pune. She used to end every evening with a tall glass of orange juice. She believed it helped her digestion, cleansed her system. But night after night, she woke up at 1 a.m., then again at 3. She tried sleeping pills, herbal teas, even acupuncture. Nothing worked until she swapped the orange juice for a small slice of ripe papaya at 7 p.m. That's it, just one change, and suddenly she was sleeping 6 uninterrupted hours
for the first time in years. No medicine, no therapy, just listening to what her body was gently asking for all along. So here's the lesson. Your bladder isn't your enemy. It's your early warning system. It's your messenger, letting you know that your body needs a shift. Not a punishment, not a restriction, just a shift. Sometimes all it takes is one small change to unlock peace. A different fruit, a better time, a lighter dinner, a moment of stillness before bed, a break from screens. And that leads us to something truly empowering. Because now that you understand the why, you're ready for the how. In the next and final part of this video, we'll walk through a simple 3-day sleep reset, a gentle experiment using fruit, timing, and awareness. It's not a diet, not a routine, not a rule. It's a gift to your body and to your sleep. Let's explore it together.
Now that you've heard your bladder's side of the story, let's do something kind for it. Not drastic, not rigid, just gentle. Because real change doesn't always come from bold resolutions. Sometimes it begins with a bowl, a fruit, and a little curiosity. So here's your invitation. A simple 3-day sleep reset. No pills, no restrictions, just a soft experiment in awareness. Here's how it works. For the next 3 evenings, make one small shift in your routine. At 7 p.m., enjoy one serving of a calming fruit. That could be one ripe banana, room temperature, a slice of papaya, orange and slightly soft, one medium pear, unpeeled but washed well. Take your time. Eat slowly. Let it be a quiet moment. No screens, no multitasking, just you and the fruit. And notice not just how you sleep, but how your body feels as you lie down. And here's what to gently avoid during these 3 days. No citrus fruits after 4 p.m., orange, sweet lime, pineapple, or any juice blend. No raw tomatoes at night. No fruit right after a heavy dinner. Let your main meal settle. If you're still a little hungry later, let fruit be a standalone snack, not a tag-along to rice or curry. Remember, this isn't about avoiding fruit forever. It's about retraining your body's rhythm, helping it rediscover what rest actually feels like. Let me share a note from someone just like you. Greg, 68, from Oregon, had been waking up 2 to 3 times every night for nearly a decade. He tried cutting water, doing Kegel exercises, even avoiding salt. Nothing really worked. Then, one evening, he heard our story and tried the banana and no orange challenge. By day 3, he said, "It felt like someone turned the volume down inside my body. I could finally rest." That's the magic, not of fruit, but of listening. This reset is not about perfection. You might still wake up once. That's okay. What matters is noticing, did I feel lighter? Did I fall back asleep faster? Your body will tell you. And if it feels good, make it a habit. Keep the papaya. Enjoy the banana. Swap orange juice for a midday pear. Sometimes the best wellness routines aren't complicated. They're simply consistent. So as you begin this gentle 3-day reset, here's your quiet reminder. Your body doesn't want punishment. It wants partnership. It doesn't need you to control it. It needs you to understand it. And when you do, even in something as small as choosing the right fruit at the right time, it responds with peace. Deeper sleep, fewer wake-ups, softer mornings. So try it, not forever, just for 3 days. And if it brings you comfort, let that comfort grow.
because you deserve rest. You deserve stillness. And you deserve to wake up feeling refreshed, not drained by the night before. If this message touched you in any way, leave a comment below and simply write the word peace. That one word lets me know you're ready to reclaim your nights. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend or loved one who could use a little nighttime relief too. Until we meet again, may your nights be quiet, your sleep be deep, and your heart be light.